Hi friends, today I am going to talk about importance of equilibrium constant. This is the last lecture of chapter number 9, class 10th. To understand the significance of Kc, we should know two terms. What is Kc and what is Qc? I have told you in my previous lectures that Kc stands for equilibrium constant. We get the value of equilibrium constant when a reaction achieves equilibrium. So definitely equilibrium constant is a particular time at which the reaction achieves equilibrium. For example, here hydrogen and iodine joins together to form hydrogen iodide. This is a reversible reaction. Now when this reaction achieves equilibrium, the molar concentration of the reactants will be equal to the molar concentration of the products, and definitely it will be a particular time. The value of equilibrium constant of hydrogen iodide reaction is 57 at 700 Kelvin. As we all know that equilibrium constant is temperature dependent. But what is Qc? Qc is a quotient value. The concentrations measured at some time. It's not necessary that the molar concentrations of the reactants and products should be measured at a particular time. If I measured the concentration of reactants and products at any time other than equilibrium, it will give us the value of Qc, which is the quotient value. So by comparing the Qc and Kc value, I can understand that the reaction will move forward or backward. Now let's try. Here the molar concentrations of the reactants at Qc is given. When we are going to put these values in Qc, we will get the answer 8. For example, my reaction achieves equilibrium at 4 o'clock, and then I take the values molar concentrations of the reactants and products at 4:15. So definitely after 15 minutes the molar concentrations of the reactants and products will gonna change. If I get the value of Qc 8 and the value of Kc is 57, so the value of Kc is greater than value of Qc. The reaction will go in the forward direction from 8 to 57, 8, 9, 10 to 57. So in this way we can understand that if the Qc value is smaller than Kc value, the reaction will go in the forward direction. The reaction quotient Qc is useful because it predicts the direction of a reaction by comparing the value of Qc with Kc. Now here I am showing you that if the value of Qc is smaller than Kc, the reaction is going to forward, as the bigger circle is showing that the reaction will go in the forward direction. And if the value of Qc is greater than Kc, for example in case of hydrogen iodide, if the value of Qc is 85, now 85 is bigger than 57, so the reaction will move in the reverse direction. And a very easy case, when the value of Qc, quotient value, will be equal to the equilibrium constant. What do you think? What happens? At this stage, the reaction is in equilibrium. The reaction is taking place at equal rates. How can we predict extent of a reaction with the help of equilibrium constant? Now the numerical values of Kc indicates that whether the forward reaction is more or the reverse reaction is occurring in more amount. Now if the value of Kc is large, the large value of Kc indicates that equilibrium position, the reaction mixture consists of almost all the products and reactants are negligible. It means that the equilibrium achieves quite later and more products are formed. The reaction has almost gone to completion. Here I am giving you an example of oxidation in which carbon monoxide joins with oxygen to give carbon dioxide at 1000 Kelvin. Now the value of Kc is 2.2 multiplied by 10 raised to power 22. Here 10 raised to power 22 indicates that it's quite a large value. So this large value indicates, the numerically large value of Kc indicates that the reaction moves in a forward direction and more products are formed. So in this way we can tell the extent of a reaction. In the similar way, small numerical values of Kc indicates that the equilibrium has established with a very small conversion of reactants to products. At equilibrium position, almost all reactants are present, but amount of products will be negligible. Now as products are forming in a very small amount, reaction never goes to completion because the products present in a very small amount and Kc value is very small, like in case of ammonia where nitrogen and hydrogen joins together to form ammonia. Here the Kc value is 3.0 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 9. The minus sign indicates that equilibrium achieves very earlier. So the value of Kc is small, more reactants are present and the reaction never goes to completion. If the Kc value is neither small nor large, if it is an intermediate value, such reactions have comparable amount of reactants and products at equilibrium position. For example, dinitrogen tetroxide is converting into nitrogen dioxide. Now this reaction achieves equilibrium at a very moderate value. It indicates that the rate of decomposition of dinitrogen tetroxide and the combination of nitrogen dioxide are almost comparable to each other. So in this way, the moderate value of Kc indicates that the equal amounts of reactants and products are present in the reaction. In a nutshell, equilibrium constant gives us information about the direction of reaction and the extent of reaction. Now the numerical values of Kc can predict very large value of Kc, reaction goes to completion. More products will form. Forward reaction will take place. Small values of Kc, reaction never goes to completion. More reactants are present. Reverse reaction takes place. And the moderate value of Kc indicates that the reaction achieves equilibrium. In the similar way, we can find out the direction of a reaction. If the quotient value is smaller than Kc, reaction proceeds forward. If the quotient value is greater than Kc, reaction proceeds in a reverse direction. Because the quotient value is the value at any time and Kc value is the value at a particular time at which equilibrium achieves. So when the Qc is greater, reaction have to go backward. And if Qc and Kc, the quotient values and equilibrium constant values, are equal, reaction achieves equilibrium. Thank you so much.